Good morning, you guys. Good morning.
Good
I know
morning, people. I love you guys. Michelle, Amber, Rhonda. Oh, man. It's good to see everybody. I love y'all.
it is good to see everybody. You guys, it'll get even better next week. Me having that new fur baby, that little bitty fur baby that has to be fed. I had to wake up at four
Terry.
o'clock. Oh, Terry. Terry's using his mom's login.
Hey,
Hey, Terry.
Terry.
Um, so I'm having to feed that critter. I last week was having, oh my gosh, I was like a new mama, but she's taking in more formula, so she's sleeping a little bit longer. But I have a timer, and it'll probably go off before I'm finished here. Um, I'll wait till some more people get on to tell you guys about Sonja. Oh, okay, Rhonda sitting by Terry.
All right.
Um,
I love you,
so
Michelle. You're a
I'll
good
tell you
girl.
guys, I
Good woman.
I did do this morning's about Sonja. Sonja, of course, most of you know should be on the panel.
Yeah.
Oh, Super Dave.
Hey, Super Dave. Love you, dude.
I did, Dave. Dave, I sent her what you sent me. Resend your address because I sent it to her. Maybe she's done sent it because I just did it last week.
Yeah.
I will
Possible.
do that. But
Hey,
good morning.
Monique. Love you, girl.
Good morning. But
Yay! Whoop, whoop, Terry.
so you guys know that for I don't know how long Sonja has been coming on, even as she's getting sicker and sicker. I know a lot of people um, could see that she had lost a lot of weight, but she was still coming on. She's
Yep.
been in the hospital now for 3 months,
Yep.
and to start with, um, they didn't want anybody to know because she does have 3 children at home living with their granddad. But, this won't get tagged and put on her Facebook anyway. So her daughter said that she needs all the encouragement that she can get. Good morning, Willow.
Hey,
And
Willow.
that yes, it was all right if I put her name. So our Sonja from Australia. You guys pray, pray, pray for her.
Yes, please.
Um, her daughter, they're on, yes, we can finally say it. um,
Amen.
but they're on stage
Love
4
you, Willow.
lockdown. Of course, you guys know what that means, lockdown in Australia, where she's from. So instead of having people to help her daughter swap out, her daughter has. Good morning, Grayscale. Good morning, Tony.
Hey,
Her
Tony.
her
Love you,
daughter is
dude.
back to having to sit there, and nobody can come in and
Nope.
let her go home.
Mm-mm.
The first
No
what
relief.
the first 2 months, her daughter sat right by her side and never left.
Uh-uh. She would not leave for nothing.
And then they finally let her swap out with people, but now she can't do that. So I ask you guys for prayer, not only for Sonja, but her family as well, her kids. Her kids want their mom home. Terry, I am so proud. I'm so
Oh,
proud.
me too.
Last time I was on, that was one of the things that Terry
We were
said he
praying
needed.
for her.
Yep, that he needed a job. So I am proud you got that job.
Yay.
And I'm trying to keep up with the last time I was on, my aunt had left a message. She's the one that lost her daughter to drug abuse.
Drugs.
Yeah. And I didn't see what she said until after. Because you don't always see what's said on Facebook. So, she's feeling really, I mean, I can't imagine, and I don't want to, my mind's
No.
already went there time and time again about
Yeah.
losing my own daughter. So,
Hey, that's fine, Terry. Whatever. Job
so
is a job, babe.
we can say I can only imagine, but until that hits
Yeah.
us, so you guys pray for my aunt as well, and her daughter,
Yes.
and Nikki's daughter. She's going to have a baby anytime. So there she is,
Without her
missing her
mom.
missing her mom.
Yes.
Um, but Terry, that is fine. That I'm telling you guys, I don't know about anywhere else. All right, Amber, I will do that. And you said it's black. Let me go
And
back up here.
black and white. Or white and black.
How old is it? How big is it, Amber? Because we have stray cats down here all the time. Oh, we have such a demand for workers. Okay, Amber, I will be looking out for it. Um, but we need workers. The people in the fast food industry, they,
Yeah.
you know, they're not. People are not working,
I
and
know, but they're getting paid good.
in the grocery stores.
Yeah.
Sometimes I bag my own groceries now, even in the line in Kroger, you know, to help out the cashier because she's feeling frantic that all these people are coming through and they have no bag people. So
None.
it's it's rough. It is rough out there.
Yes, it is. I'm fast food industry is paying their people really well.
It's just it's the this is the days that we live in, you guys. Oh, woo. Now it's all me. Denise, come back. Um, but there she is.
It's
I know,
time.
I know, Denise. I'm comforted when you're sitting there, and then all of a sudden, whoa, my face is huge, and I'm like, oh no. But we need those that are working and haven't stopped working to get the big unemployment checks.
Yep.
They have been overworked, and they're tired.
Yes, they are.
They're tired. So, um, when you're getting more money to stay home, I
Yep.
don't know what I'd do. I mean, my husband still had to go out there and work that hard job,
Uh,
and he wasn't getting a fraction of what people were getting staying home.
I'm
So
lost.
I just pray our economy will get back to where people are wanting to work.
Uh,
Um, I Monique, you're gonna understand this one. Amber, Miss Traci,
Yo,
she
it's
had
this new phone.
she had her surgery to have that
Yes.
spinal stimulator replaced. That went fine. But
Yep.
now she has, what is it, RSD? Is that what?
RSV in
R-
her leg.
Now she has it in the other leg. And so she goes in, what, 2 weeks
Yep.
for them to try to relieve that pain. We did talk this morning. We were all on FaceTime. We FaceTimed first,
Yeah.
and then she was ready to go to bed. So she can't sleep at night for hurting. And LizzAnn is babysitting today. But Monique, 1.5 weeks, yeah. So Monique, when they go camping, she's going to try to get her husband to help her figure out how she can come online with us.
Yep.
So you guys will get to see her beautiful face, like we got to see. Sandy was on this morning, but
Yeah.
she had to go take care of her baby. She's got, what, 5 new babies?
Yep, she does. She got 4 new babies.
Okay, and I will drop Sandy's link because she has a baby cam. Let me find. All right, Sandy has a baby cam, puppy cam. All right, there it is. I'm going to copy that link. So you guys if you want to see Sandy's puppies, her babies, fur babies, you can see them. And what better way to feel better? If you're having a bad day and, things just don't go right and you've done prayed about it, well, you know what? Go to Sandy's Puppy Cam. How can you not feel better when you watch little puppies?
Amen.
And, so yeah. And also, you guys, Sonja's daughter did say, good morning, Dwayne, good morning. She did say that if anybody wants to send encouragement, Tony, I know you haven't seen her much, but I know you've seen her up here. Any encouragement that you might want to send,
Do it.
all you have to do is you can send it to me, and I can send it. Oh, look. Okay, yeah, Willow, hold on. But yeah, any encouragement. Her daughter said any encouragement that anybody can share. If I can't really say her full name for Facebook, but I can tell you that if you send it to me, I can forward it. Because that's what did I just send, okay. So yes, that is what we're doing. Hi, Troy. Hey. Glad to see you back. And you guys, my fur baby is on the schedule. She woke me up about 4 this morning, and I had to feed her. I don't even remember feeding her. Is that what you told her, Dwayne? There is no telling.
Morning.
Good morning, Willow. Uh-oh, we're echoing off you.
Yeah. That's me.
Yes.
The chat popped out.
Let Sonja know how much you care about her, how much you love her.
Yes.
How much you're praying for her and her family.
Yes.
And, and like I said, if you want to send it to my Facebook, you can. She does have a personal email, but if you guys ask me in private chat, like it on Facebook, Facebook Messenger, I can send you her email. Her daughter said I can do that. She just feels it's time that her mom needs us, all of us out here. she didn't realize how much her mom had touched so many people until she started watching some of these episodes. When she got to see her mom laugh and cut up with people, she didn't realize how many people out there knew her mom
and loved her.
All right, Terry, I will see you later.
And still
Bye,
love her.
Terry.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
and we
Hey,
still love
Dwayne,
her.
I love you.
And she's, we're not going to let her give up.
Bye,
No.
Terry.
Willow, do you have? Are you on her Facebook?
I don't think I am. I can go
Okay.
check.
All right. And if if you want to send a voice message, that's fine too, because she plays them for her mom, and her mom's in and out of. Right now, her mom goes in and out of what would you call it, medicated state. There's
Medicandy.
yes,
Yeah,
Coma.
she's
sort of,
yeah.
but
Funk.
Kind of semi-coma.
occupational
Well, they
therapy
really
still
keep
comes
her
in
in
there
one.
and works with her. So she's moving her legs some, but trying to pull up some. But every time she uses those muscles, after 3 months,
Yeah,
it's
atrophy.
really hard, hard on her. But she's doing it. She's trying, and then they're trying to get her to take in more.
Fluids.
Yeah, they put her in a deep sleep once she does these activities because her heart rate goes up. What else? They're doing dialysis ever so often on her.
Her heart.
Her kidneys,
Her
you know,
heart.
her heart rate goes crazy. So after she does some of this stuff, they have to, put her back to sleep. They have to medicate her again. But she still, she knows her daughter's sitting beside her. Sometimes she just stares at the ceiling, and of course, when we send her stuff, Monique sends her music. And
Hey people, Mo.
aw, he said, "Hey people."
Hello.
That's my Tatum.
I'm not finding her on mine, Darlene.
Okay.
Shoot me the information in Messenger and
I will.
we'll get hooked up to her.
All right. So her eating, she's got to take in more nutrition because that's another thing. Everybody knows as they watched at least the last half a year that she came on the panel, that she was losing more and more weight. She's been sick over a year and they did not fix it. They just passed it off as something else until she got to this point.
What was her diagnosis?
To
I
start
missed the
with,
first part of your video.
last year it was the toxic mold in the house.
Yep.
And they wanted to say it wasn't that. But yet they had to tear out stuff in the house to replace it. And that's when her and the kids were separated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were basically homeless. So they tried to list it, like Monique said, as anorexia. They wanted to label as an eating disorder. So they put her in what they call Box Hill, which is a psychiatric place.
Good Lord.
Worst thing to do.
Yep.
So anybody knows the more weight you lose, your body starts attacking itself. And it will eventually get to the muscles, and the heart is a muscle.
Yep.
So her heart's affected, her kidneys are affected. All right. She had so much, what would you call it? Toxicity in her
Yes.
body that they had to
Yes.
start trying to, they biopsied some of it because it got in her lymph nodes. And it has taken months to try to get all of the toxins out of her body.
And they still ain't got them all out.
No, because her kidneys, for that to work, your
No.
kidneys have to flush everything out. So
Yeah.
you guys, in a nutshell, she needs prayers, and her daughter knows. Yeah, her body little by little just shut down. We almost lost her.
Have you had cinnamon roll yet?
Yes, it is,
This is
Dwayne. Yes, people think that socialized socialized
So there's the middle one.
medicine is the way to go, and
Wrong.
think that they have it better
No.
over there.
I'm
No,
not. I got grits. I'm gonna make
no, that's what happened. You know, they just want to pass it off, and you just don't do that. And Sonja is a very and it's kind of hard for me to talk about her like this with her not being here. But Sonja's a very private type of person. She's real shy. She's like Casey. She'll just say she don't like people, and her daughter might be listening, but she would always say that I just don't like people. And so her and Casey got along real good. But you know, nobody wants to be in a hospital in a ward to where they have no door to your room and no door to your bathroom. That's all.
Yeah.
Now you might as well be in a jail cell.
Yes. So she would leave. And then she'd get sick again real bad, go back to the hospital, they'd put her back there. So that's been going on for over a year, you guys. And with everything that's happened, anytime I get bad news and I cry because of somebody else has passed away, Casey always says, "Mom, it's not Sonja, is it?" And I'll say, "No, it's not Sonja." So we've all been praying,
Oh yeah.
but we respected the wishes of when Sonja first went in.
I hated to answer the phone.
Yeah, we got to where when the phone would ring and
Come on.
Your
because
heart
I
is 6
believe
feet.
when something bad happens, I get the message first, and then I pass it along to anybody that'll help us pray.
Exactly, Monique. She loves us, but she don't like people.
Yeah.
What am I, a dog?
Oh,
And I know I'm a crazy cat lady, but seriously?
well, she's Kate. Look, most people love Casey. Casey, but
And we all
typically,
got our quirks.
yeah, but typically going out in public, he said he's been waiting. All right, Dwayne, you go back to work.
Morning, Dwayne.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Dwayne. Bye, Dwayne.
Bye, Dwayne. I love
What
you.
the? Hey, Hetty.
Hey, Hetty.
But yeah,
That poor girl. I swear.
I get the message. Oh, but I'm going to tell you guys, I've got to put it in words. I've got to go way back when me and her daughter first started messaging back and forth.
Yeah.
Because she started messaging with me and it was okay after a while. Good morning, Josie. Good morning, Josie.
Good morning, Josie.
We're asking prayer for our Sonja from Australia. We just we can ask for prayer on Facebook, but we just can't give her last name. It would just have to be Sonja and not attached to her Facebook. Her daughter, after 3 months of her being in hospital, really bad.
Yes, it is.
Her daughter finally said, "Please, yes, you can put her name out there. Just not. It can't hit her Facebook."
All I can say is I hope they're taking notes and keeping papers because somebody's going to get sued before it's all over with, I'm sure.
Not over there. No, not over there, Willow.
Really?
Mm-mm.
No.
Places that have socialized medicine. Thank you, Josie. And see, our hands have been tied, Josie, as to what I could say before. It's been 3 months.
Respect
But
the
her
privacy.
daughter, finally said, any encouragement.
Her
So,
daughter overrode the HIPAA stuff.
yeah. So,
Said, put it out there.
well, she was more worried, her kids are not left alone. She's got 3 more at home, but they're with their granddaddy. So, I mean, they're fine. They're good.
Love
Yeah.
you, dude.
Good
They'd just be
morning,
better if
Ben.
they could be with Mama.
Good morning, Ben. Yes, and Sonja just has always had a fear. She didn't want her kids to grow up in we call it foster care. They call it the system over there. And
Yeah.
that was something that Sonja dealt with when she was young, and she's a good mom. She is a wonderful mother.
Too damn up.
So this is even when she's aware of where she's at, she wants to go home.
Yeah. Who
And
wouldn't?
yes. And so, her daughter is the strongest young woman to have been sitting there beside her mom.
Yeah.
Josie, she's been in the hospital for
3
90
months.
days or more.
Yep. Yes.
And we almost didn't have her when she went in.
So
her
close.
heart, her kidneys, toxicity,
Her liver,
everything almost shut down. But we have prayed and we've prayed. And
yes, we did.
And I am going to go all the way back to where me and her daughter started messaging through Sonja's, through her messenger.
Yeah.
When I tell you, Sonja has been on a journey that I have
Yes,
never
she
in my
has.
life experienced in my life to hear this.
Oh, yeah.
Her daughter didn't understand what was going on, but at the beginning, she started talking about, you are not my God. My God is my God, and you are not. And I explained to her daughter it's biblical. All right. Then she started talking about taking up her sword and her shield.
Yep.
So it still gives me goosebumples. The things that she was saying, it was like wherever she is, she was battling.
Yes, she was.
She was picking up sword and shield, and so she was being a warrior.
She was. Big
And
time.
it was amazing. And I got to, during all of that, and it wasn't just 1 or 2, this has gone on for months.
Yeah.
I would explain it to her daughter. I would find scriptures. Yeah, she one time said, Satan, you have to get behind me. Now, this is when she would be off with the fairies, as her daughter says. That's how she says it. She's
So this is where Sonja's mind was going.
Yeah, this was when she was in a coma, in a coma like state, and then she didn't know anything. She wouldn't open her eyes.
Nope, she didn't know where she was.
That, but all this was
She
coming out of her mouth.
She wasn't here.
No, she wasn't.
I say she was in some other place.
You mentioned something.
Yeah. And she would say, Satan, you have to get behind me. So all these things were biblical.
Yes.
And I would send the scriptures to back it up. So through that, it was a journey for me and her daughter as well.
Sending her the scriptures would help her understand that it was the Bible that her mom was speaking of, and not random blather. That she is literally on a journey.
It scared her to start with. She would tell me, I don't understand these riddles. And oh man, I would get so excited. All of us would get so excited. And then I would tell her, this is amazing. And that's why I want to go back through and all of the stuff that she was saying, because when Sonja comes through this, I want her to know the battle that she was fighting on that
Yes.
side.
Yeah.
So yeah, this morning I was like, okay, I didn't ask permission to say the oldest daughter's name, so I'll just keep saying her daughter. When she told me
Yeah.
that you can share because she's watched, Monique started sending her. She started sending her these like we do here with her mom on them
and videos.
Yeah, videos, and it comforted her. It comforted her mom, and it comforted her to see her mom laugh and cut up.
Yeah.
But yes, Monique's right. We would be cheering with tears in our eyes. We'd be so excited.
Yes.
Everything she would say. So today he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. And that's why I chose that scripture this morning. But Christian songs, scriptures.
From Lizz.
Yep.
Some videos.
There were times she'd put one earbud in her ear and one in her mom's. And her mom would just ease off back to sleep with a smile, or sometimes she would have tears. And
so footage from your lives has helped to comfort her mom and stuff and her through this.
Yes.
Well, we were on one day and she was listening. She, and she messaged me and she said, Mom said, who let Dwayne out of the corner? And I got so excited. I said, oh my gosh, only her mom would know that. Only,
Yeah.
I got so excited. I said, see there, Dwayne, she hears you. She knows you being ugly. She's wanting to put you back in the corner. So she's there, but she's not, if that makes sense, Willow.
Yeah.
It's back, it's back and forth.
Being the person that I am and sensitive to the spiritual world, I most definitely understand.
And her daughter
Mom went through a similar journey after her open heart surgery.
And some people say, oh, it's the morphine, it's this and that. Not all the time. No, it's not. They can make you see elephants or whatever or weird things, but when it's specific things, what else did she did tell me, I read this morning a couple messages from her daughter, and one of them was her daughter like soft fluffy stuff. She's like me. I don't like a t-shirt that's gonna feel weird. I'm sensitive to things feeling of things. I have to have a soft blanket. And good morning, Denise. Say good morning.
She's tactile sensitive.
So fibro. So her mom got fibro too, but she said her mom, when she felt her jacket, that she just clung to it. So she took her jacket off so her mom could just hold it. So
she's a tactile person. And then with the fibro, she's tactilely sensitive.
Yes.
I totally get that.
But her daughter is comforted by things as well.
Yeah.
So
any comfort that a person can get when they're struggling like that.
So yes, it's not that we wanted to keep everybody in the dark, and I would talk around it the best.
You were just respecting privacy.
Yes, and I mean,
and you did good.
Oh, thank you, because I did it the best way. And Dwayne figured it out,
So did I.
Yeah, he started saying thunder down under. That's his and her thing. Thunder Down Under. And so he said we would call her daughter Little Thunder, which I'm going to tell you guys, Sonja has raised some strong children.
Yes, she has.
I think the oldest is 21. I don't want to get the age wrong, but she's about 21 or so. For her to be sitting there all these months by her mom's side.
She might be 21 in years, but in this journey, she has aged, in her mind and heart, substantially.
And then her other
sister, without a doubt.
The other sister is 16.
Oh, gracious.
And I guarantee she has been running the household exactly like her mama.
Oh, yeah.
Because she is very
She's holding down the fort.
Yes, she is
very strong.
And the other
She's
sister,
very gung-ho like her mom.
The other sister said when it comes to Christianity and their strong beliefs, that her mom and that sister had more of a bond. They understood stuff more. But I thank God that during this, I tell now the oldest, Little Thunder, I say, you are understanding. You are getting it.
She is.
And for whatever reason, God's reaching out to
It's her journey too. It's her mom's and it's hers.
It's the whole family. Something like that affects the whole family.
Yeah. Of course it does. But I mean, with her sitting right there with her mom, it's like she's going through this journey.
Yeah.
Good morning, Selvin's
with
Kitchen.
Her.
And welcome.
Hello.
Hey, Selvin's Kitchen. Good to see you.
You almost said chicken. I heard it.
I do have today we're praying for one of our we call her the youngest in our group. We're asking for prayers for our sweet Sonja.
Yeah, my baby girl.
Our sweet Sonja. She's like the baby of the group. She's early 40s and she's been in the hospital 3 months. And she needs a lot of prayers.
Yeah, definitely.
And through this, Monique's right. Her daughter is she's not very open up, but now she opens up. She sends stuff to each.
Right.
Yeah. She's finally opening up and accepting love. Hey, good morning, Sandra.
She's become receptive.
Yes.
To Sonja's YouTube family and is begun to embrace it.
Yes, and she's watched enough to know that all the family isn't just us ladies. The family is everybody out there.
Oh yeah.
And good morning, Beth.
Good morning, Beth.
Morning, Beth.
Oh, Beth. Yes, ma'am. You guys, prayer for Beth's grandson.
Oh, gracious.
Oh, no.
And they say kids don't get it. Bullpucky. Any mammal can get it.
Well, I was thinking it was you, Beth, but no, it was, let me think.
Boy, that's a loud sound.
That it went through somebody else's family. Her son, the wife, and their whole family had it. And she usually comes on every morning in the chat, but my brain's mushy. But yes, Beth, I wrote you down, and you guys, please remember Darlene B. I think my husband told me last night because he has his laptop and he keeps on top of everything. But let me see. But I think there's a lot of going on in Darlene's family. Okay. Her brother and his wife, last week, they lost her brother to COVID. This morning she lost her uncle.
Oh my God.
Her aunt is still in the hospital. The whole church got it. So it's Darlene's brother and his wife's family. So you guys, please keep them in your prayers.
Most definitely.
Because I know what it feels like to lose so many family members. It might have not been to that, but everybody knows between September and December how many, we lost. And then of course Denise's husband, and there was just one loss after another. So, sometimes we can come on here and give praise, and which we need to. Terry got a job, so that's a praise. But we still, first and foremost, need to pray one for another. And I have been falling lax on my job that God put before me, and that's doing this. I'll probably be going on this time for a while instead of so early in the morning, because I have a fur baby that has to be fed. My timer went off, so until I hear cutting up in the other room, I know I can still stay on. Yeah, I'm feeding a
Critter.
5-ounce critter that takes finally taking a tablespoon at a time. Denise, I will do that. I will most definitely do that, Denise. Oh, Beth, be very careful, because you need that knee surgery, and they'll find any way that you can't have it if you're exposed. But yes, I will do that. But yes, I will take a minute to pray, because there's much need out there. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this morning. Thank you, Lord, for all of your blessings, the blessings that we know, and those, Lord, that we don't even realize day by day that you are giving us. Lord, there's a lot of need out there. I raise up our Sonja to you, and Lord, open up more family members on here so they can lift Sonja up in their prayers and her whole family. Lord, I do pray for Beth and that grandbaby that needs healing. And Lord, Darlene B., I pray for the family that has lost so much, Lord, that you will touch their hearts during this hard time. And Lord, there's just so much need right now, and so much going on in our country and in the other countries. And Lord, I pray for strength to do this so we could still come together as one. And Lord, I do pray for Denise A. as well. And Lord, you know what the prayer's for. And for all of the girls, pray for each and every one of them that can't be on the panel because they've got pain going on. So Lord, just touch each and every one. And it's in your name that I pray. Amen.
Amen. Well said.
Thank you. Oh, but yeah, it was time. It was time. But I feel like somebody used to say, well, it's not my story to tell. So we have to wait until
it's been handed to you.
Yeah. So you guys, I just it's been hard for us, very emotional. Even before Sonja went in the hospital, and she was wasting away right in front of us. I would get very emotional and cry. And not meaning to, but I would cry and I would tell her, you've got to get to the hospital. I can't lose anybody else right now. I don't want to lose you. And it really took her to pass out in the floor and for them to call the ambulance to come get her before she even went to the hospital again. What they did emotionally to her by passing her around to these different places and and her eating disorder, they tried to say she had a huge ulcer in her stomach. And she has something in the intestinal lining. So that's not an eating disorder. That was her body, her stomach rejecting the food because it was in pain.
Mm-hmm.
So it took this whole time, and they just run the scope down last week before, and she's been in here all this time, and they finally decided to run the scope and to do MRI for the shoulder. She's been having shoulder pain ever since I met her, frozen shoulder. So finally, you guys, it has taken, I know, a year and a half for that girl to be getting the care that she needed. And it has just been awful, especially by losing so many people. Not just MawMaw, but we had many. I went to 2 funerals in the same day a few weeks ago. So I'm just loss is loss. Yes, nobody took her seriously. They didn't. I will, Joe. So Joe said, watch her video on doctors on her Josie Cares channel. And they can only go by what they're told, but Sonja was telling them all of this. They could have stopped 90% of this if they would have ran a light and seen that her stomach, she was having issues with her stomach. And she's already, what is it, Willow, when you can't eat gluten?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she can't eat gluten. So she already has that allergy. And when she was in the hospital or in the other place, what do you think they were feeding her? Stuff that she couldn't eat that would make her sick. So I really think that was basically starving her. I mean, if you're allergic to a food and you eat it, it can kill you or make you.
Put you in freaking anaphylactic shock if it's an allergy and not just a sensitivity.
Oh my goodness.
Digestive sensitivity.
So Josie says she had a hernia for 2.5 years. She had surgery June 9th and no more pain. Joe, Kevin had a hernia for I forget how long. There's Anna Mora. Good morning, Anna. He had a hernia in his stomach. Of course, belly button, usually where a lot of hernias are.
Umbilical hernia?
Yes. And
I have one of those right now.
He has got so bad, and he lifts things, and it would hurt his stomach. And I finally told him, I said, look, it's going to rupture one day. You're going to pick up something heavy, and it is going to rupture. I know, Joe. Kevin just quit saying anything because it was passed off as nothing. Oh, it'll be okay. That's what one of the doctors said. Well, unless you're going to be posing for Playgirl, something like that. He said, it ain't no problem.
Um,
and I knew my dad had the same thing, and his almost ruptured.
was it upper umbilica or lower? Was it on the bottom or the top around the navel?
Center. My dad's was as big as an orange before they finally done something for his.
The hernia I had after my gallbladder. They had to go back in about a year later, glue me back together, and I had a hole just below my sternum, the size of an orange, and 5 others where it perforated around the incision side, the 8-inch incision from having the gallbladder removed. Now I have an umbilical hernia. That's not really symptomatic at this point. And it's not breaking through. There's like a blob of fat that's like corked it.
Yeah.
So, but I've got to be mindful if I start having any pains like down, around the umbilical to head in. I just had a CT with contrast done of that whole area, and it hasn't changed from last year. So far I'm good. Probably because I have a lift limit now that I didn't have before.
There's my totem bug. That is Denise's grandson.
Hello, Tatum.
But yes, they don't take things serious.
Hey, Anna.
And when they just don't.
Yeah, they didn't want to do the CAT scans this year, and I said, "You're doing the CAT scans." He says, "Well, you have to have a doctor's order," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, and you're the doctor, and you're going to order it."
Oh.
I said, "These have been done for years for a reason, and it's continual monitoring." And this year, after he did them separate, it used to be that it was full contrast, basically from neck to pelvis.
Yeah.
And this year he did non-contrast for the chest, and then did contrast for the rest of it. So basically, I had 2 of them. I'm like, next year we're doing contrast for the whole thing, and it will be ordered, because he's saying, no, you don't need it. And I'm like, yeah, there's a reason why they're doing it. You might not understand it. I might not be wording it right, but the record that you're looking at right now is proof that there's a reason it's being done.
Well, this is the world we're living in now, and
it is.
I think they really don't care what's happening to people.
You have to self-advocate. You have to do your research. You have to keep your paperwork, keep imagings.
Make sure your insurance, you got to check the insurance. Make sure, okay, do you take my insurance? Are you sure you take my insurance? Well, I do have another praise. I went to the heart doctor Tuesday, and I actually drove myself, and for a change. Oh, I was so tired because I had to go in the store, and then it just tired me out, and it causes me to have sciatic nerve. But the heart doctor, I don't have to see them again for 6 more months. They didn't change my medications, which is a good thing, and so they've got my blood pressure up where it needs to be, because of course mine was down too low. They asked me about my salt intake, and I said, well, I'm trying to get it in. I said, if you told me I couldn't have salt, I would be eating everything in the world that was salty. I would be craving it. But now that they tell me I have to have salt, I bought peanuts, the salty peanuts, like in the shell, because that's where all the salt is. And I'm drinking pickle juice. I mean, I don't know what more to do. I bought regular real salt for me. And so anyway, it's kind of weird. I've never heard of a heart doctor telling somebody that they had to have salt. But then somebody did tell me, I forget who it was, said that it might have been at the doctor's office, that they had a nephew that has to do the same thing. So I don't know what it is that maybe we can't retain salt.
your body's just not processing sodium like it should. Do you like the fizzy waters, the carbonated waters?
I can't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can't do carbonated.
Oh, Mr. Chicken. I almost called you Mr. Pickle. Mr. Chicken. Yes, I need a salt lick block. I'll have to tell Kevin when he puts one out for the deer out here by our house to do me a chunk. Monique said to put salt on the peanuts that are peeled.
Yeah, buy the peeled peanuts and then salt them.
Hey, Chris. Oh, good morning, my love. Good morning.
You can also get the peeled peanuts and put them in salt water, which is what they do with shelled peanuts.
Yeah.
And then you lay them out on a sheet and, bake them in the oven, and it pulls the moisture out and toasts them.
Yeah, my grandmother used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because I don't snack now because we've been on this diet,
mm-hmm.
and I think by getting those peanuts, because, by the time you eat some, you're just not getting a whole lot of peanuts because you can have peanut this long and there might not be 2 of them in there. But I kind of feel like that's my snacking a little bit. Takes the place of any chips or whatever I used to snack on.
Mm-hmm.
I was big on snacking on chocolate and stuff, but no. Now we do the stuff we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, he told the doctor she threw out all of the potato chips. Yes, I did.
Do you drink iced tea?
I do. I drink unsweet tea.
You can add a pinch of salt to your tea.
Unsweet? Well,
yeah, you can do it to unsweet. It enhances the tea flavor, but it doesn't funk it out,
Chris, she needs our prayers. She's been sick for 3 months, and I just haven't been able to say her name. But her daughter says she needs all the love that she can get from her family, which is everybody here. Her daughter, finally sees what her mom's world has been.
In other words, she gave the okay to put the name out there.
Yes. So, Chris, if you want to send any message so I can send it on to her daughter, and she's reading these messages. She reads them to her mom, and sometimes her mom just drifts off with a smile, and sometimes she cries. Because I know she misses her. She misses home, and I know she misses everybody. She's not one to just want to lay down, and no, she's a fighter, and she's pretty much being stuck in a hospital bed. So, yes, Chris. Our Sonja is fighting. She's been fighting for 3 months. And that's why I told my daughter when I picked up Tiffany from jail to take her to that first course. Yep. I told her, I said, let me tell you something. I said, right now, I just got a phone call from a girl that her mama flatlined. And I said, that child is sitting by her mama's bed while her mama's fighting to get back. I said, so I'm telling you that so you will go and you will fight to get back to your children. And that's how I told her. I would tell her, Denise. And her daughter, I think, is listening. I'm pretty sure she's listening, and she'll tell her mama too.
Something that you could do, do a live, put the StreamYard out there. People can come on with or without camera, just put your name so that she can identify, name to a voice, so that the daughter can, and just come in and say a prayer for her, tell her you love her, that you're fighting for her, that you're with her, whatever, and create that for the daughter to replay to her.
Yes, I have not thought about that because I've never
Just open up the StreamYard and let people come in. Just specify that they have to have their name on there. And in the back room, before you bring them in, kick the camera on just long enough so that you can see who they are. Then they can turn their camera off if they want to and say what they want to say to Sonja.
Yeah.
And just bring people in tandem, just one after the other. Fill that live with that information. And then the daughter can replay that to her. And the love energy that she could absorb from that will help her fight.
Yes.
Just do a specific live just for that. This is for you, Sonja.
Yeah.
Just title it, and that's what you do.
I can, yes, I will find a day that I know because I don't want to, I'll set it up in advance with what I want to say and do it.
Yeah, prepare yourself and as the host, and pick a day that you're up for it. And
yes,
let's make her a love video of her family.
Yes.
And let me know when you plan to do it. And I will share it. That this is nothing but a love support video for a person fighting in semi-coma for the daughter to play. I'm not going to broadcast it far and wide and have every freak show up. But people that I know are, good and supporting and will, do what needs to be done. Show love. This is your YouTube family. You might not even know all of these people, but they're all praying for you. Yeah. Basically, a verbal prayer circle.
Great idea. And I'll probably make it about this time because most people are up.
Yeah.
But the jewelry, there's so many in the jewelry community that back and forth that have been here, that has seen her. There's Leticia. Oh goodness. I was trying to think of your name earlier. Beth. Beth's probably still on. Asked for prayer for her 22-month-old grandson. He has COVID. And I know it went through your family. So I was trying to think of your name. And also, Leticia, I don't know if you follow Darlene B on Facebook, but her brother, his family, they've been hit hard. Yeah. They've had losses.
Something else people can do if they're concerned they might not be able to make it to do that.
Leave a comment.
Record a little video of their own or a verbal, on their StreamYard or whatever. Send it to you so you can play it during it.
All right, I'd have to get with you about how to do that.
I'm not real sure. I know people that do know how. We can connect up on that, and get it sorted.
But even if they're not verbal, even the comments.
Yeah, even leaving a comment.
Yes.
And it can be read. It's just putting all of that into a verbal on a specific video for the daughter.
Yeah.
To be able to replay, once it's posted up, she can replay it. She can put it on, I don't know, what do they call it, where it just keeps going and going and going.
A loop.
Yeah, there you go, on a loop. And just that positive energy from the people she knows.
Yeah.
From her world, could go a long way in keeping that fight going.
Yeah. Leticia, Sonja for the past 3 months has been real sick.
in the hospital real sick.
Yeah, she's been in there. And yeah, see, Leticia tried to do a fundraising campaign and nothing come of that. But she's been in there for 3 months, and it all is connected to the mold toxicity that started in the house, and then her body just started storing up all that toxin. And her daughter finally told me, I think it was yesterday, that yes, I can name her mom, but just her first name and nothing. I couldn't even tag. She don't want her tagged on her Facebook. She don't. That was one of the things when Sonja first got this bad sick and was put in the hospital. She did not want nobody, none of her friends, to know, because sometimes those that are your. She's just had a hard time with people she thought she was close to.
Yeah.
And they ended up not the people. Good morning, 4Speed. Good morning.
4Speed.
Good morning.
Well, maybe this this video we're talking about making up will change her mind about some people.
I told her though, I said, because she didn't understand why all this was happening to her before she went in the hospital. And I said, well, the book of Job will explain how friends sometimes can say all the wrong things and you know, put blame on you. So, 4Speed. Yes, it's good with me. But our Sonja is fighting. She's in the hospital. She's been sick for about a year and a half, but she's been in the hospital for the past 3 months, and she needs all the prayer and love that she can get. But I have missed seeing you, my friend. Very much miss seeing you. But yeah, that, and thank you, Willow. That is what I will get in my head and find a day to do.
It's just an idea. Everybody in the chat seems to be, you know, up for it.
Well, look, John, don't be texting and driving. I'm just saying, don't be texting and driving, John.
Leticia, there's unfortunately been a lot of benefits and things that have been done to help people throughout this whole COVID saga. And unfortunately, there's been a fair few of them that that were frauds.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
And people are more skeptical about helping. And also a lot of people financially, because this has been ongoing for so long, are struggling themselves and they just don't have a dime to spare.
But that would be a good time though to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody would like to help in any kind of financial way, that we can get it to the family.
Well, Leticia or one of us or whatever, you know, could be dropping the link to that benefit in the chat during this. It wouldn't have to be verbalized, so it wouldn't upset Sonja in the vocal part of this, but it could quietly be being dropped in the chat. You know, we don't want to turn a positivity video for Sonja into a benefit that's going to upset her or piss her off or whatever. But we could keep it unvocal and just in the chat, you know, and doing both at the same time that way, because she's not going to be reading it. She's going to be listening to it.
Yeah.
So as long as we don't vocalize, you know, hit that link if you want to donate, you know, just leave that out.
And Leticia, what I can do, even in, I can put that link in the description of the video as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Because, I mean, you guys have to realize, I think the youngest is 13.
She's got young kids.
Yeah.
They're not even all of age.
I think 13, 14, 16, and 21. I believe the oldest is 21. And
it's a very rough journey for them to have to be going through, especially in the middle of all of this other.
And it's hard for her dad now. They're with their granddad. He actually, Sonja had him move in with her. I don't know how long ago, but he's been there. And it's hard on him too.
Yeah. When he moved in, he probably wasn't planning on doing that.
Yes, Monique.
Exactly, Monique. And that's why I commented about, brought up the idea of doing a video of nothing but verbal positivity.
Leticia, I will look that up. I will see if she has a PayPal account. I will ask her daughter today.
She can check into that details.
But
if not, I mean, GoFundMe or something,
For some reason, for whatever reason, God meant for this to happen because, you think about, I've been knowing about this for over 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
We started seeing her more and more wasting away. So it has been hard. It has been so hard on our hearts.
Well, it's a horrible thing when the place you call home, your comfort zone, is trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And then you go to try to get help, and
they didn't find them another house. There for a while, her and her kids were separated. So all they did was patched up that house, put them back in there, and lo and behold, when it was raining real bad, the rain was coming in the house again. There's a video, and I'm like, oh. So she has really gone through it. Yeah, Leticia, yeah, I'll get that information. But by her daughter saying she just needs to, I think it's that she feels like her mom is wanting to give up the fight. And there's no way Sonja would give up. So she just needs to know, hey, stick in there, She
needs a cheering team.
Yes.
She needs
She does.
So
and
we make that happen. It might be from all over the world. It might be from all over the country. It might be whatever. But
I don't
pull it into a video, and
I don't think she ever realized how much she is loved. I don't think she ever realized, but she is the kindest, sweetest young woman. Great mom.
She seems a gentle woman.
She is.
Even though she is a warrior.
And
she's a gentle woman.
Her children and her animals, that's how I met her, because of her animals that she is afraid of losing. And, she had to put down one of her goats, and that was I think her last one, I forget what had happened to it, got sick. And it was very hard on her to do that. So,
Sandy got goats. Did you know that?
Yeah.
She got a pair of goats. One of them, in less than 24 hours, dropped dead. The guy who sold them to her apparently swore up and down it was some kind of plant. She looked up the plant. It's safe for goats. So now she's, I guess, got to battle it out with the goat seller or something. I don't know.
And we and I told her daughter that's how me and her bonded. And I've even sent LizzAnn sends. Okay, I will, Leticia. Yes, she always made it about us. She has. but let me see. Lizz has been sending her elephant videos that her mama, Sonja loves. And then I sent a couple of my new fur baby videos and some pictures. And her mom said, her mom done told her, tell her that Kevin can't get attached. And I knew she knows how Kevin is. Good morning, Artscape Adventures. Hey, Lisa. Good
Hey,
morning.
Lisa.
Lisa, we are talking about one of our sisters,
YouTube family. Yeah.
Sonja, that she'd been sick for over 3 months, and I've been asking for silent prayer or but her daughter said yes, she can say her name. So that I put her name out there. Willow come up with the greatest idea. We'll do a love video. We'll do a love video to where anybody just wants to come up and just give maybe a few words of good vibrations, good love. I'm praying for you. I'm there for you. And that way her daughter can play it for her. She got mold toxicity a year and a half ago.
Yeah, from her home.
Or more, from her house. And she was diagnosed with it, given medicine, but then other doctors said that's not real. We don't recognize that in Australia. That's not a real thing, but she kept getting sicker and sicker. And it has put her in the hospital, and things got touch and go. And she's tired. She's very tired. They're having to keep her sedated a lot because, her muscles and her heart rate will go haywire. So they're trying to build up her heart and her kidneys and all of that so she can, and then she's going to have to go through real physical therapy in order to get her body back to where she can even go home.
Yeah. She's
Going
basically
home,
atrophied everywhere.
yeah, going home is no option right now. When I got that message from her daughter, because her daughter asked, "What can I take her home?" And when the doctor told her how long she would last if she went home, it tore at my soul. Yes, they're trying to get her vitamins and all of that in her. They were doing a feeding tube. Now they're trying to do it by liquid, getting her to swallow it. They're trying to get her weight up. They're trying to get her body to absorb. It's not wanting to absorb any of these the vital nutrients.
Yeah.
And she has lost so much weight.
In the midst of all that, she apparently had a huge ulcer in her stomach that was untreated. And her body is fighting coming back.
So the more she does, she can scratch her face now, and that might not sound like much to nobody else, but believe me, it is. Or raise her knees up, and but anytime she does stuff like that, it just takes it out of her. Mm-hmm. And then of course her muscles start seizing up. She can't eat regular yet, Lisa. She is having to. They're trying not to do the feeding tube again, so they've got her on like
Ensure or something like that.
Yeah, something with all the nutrients, but she's not always able to hold it down.
Yeah.
It'll come back up sometimes, and of course that starts a whole episode of her heart rate going up. And so we will be doing I love video, and Willow had a wonderful idea, and I'll be posting it this week. I'm going to shoot for this week, and then we'll share out the video and get anybody that wants to come and try to give some good prayers,
positivity, good energy
to her,
love, whatever,
to her and her daughter, for those kids, to
for the whole family.
Yeah, let them know this is how much your mama's loved. This is, and I even told her daughter, it's like I know each and every one of you. I will do that. Yeah, she's been listening and watching. She can't watch very long, but it puts her at ease watching
Nature, animals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that would be something that her daughter can play for her, because she loves nature. She loves animals, and she loves nature, and it's all part of who she is. She is a nurturer, I guess you would say, of she loves the animals. She
loves her connection to the earth and earth's creatures.
Oh yeah, and she loves she would grow her own food and all of that kind of stuff, because she wanted her kids to have what was right. But it is an hour and a half, and my alarm for my fur baby has done gone off, and
yeah, my fur baby will be getting up here probably within the next half hour or so.
So I want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much. And yes, her heart stopped twice. The first time was when we were right before I picked my daughter up in jail, take her to rehab. And that's why I told my daughter, look, and I broke it down to her. This woman's trying to fight to get back to her kids. You better stick with this program and fight to get back to you. But then it happened again while they had her trying to do dialysis.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Lisa.
Yes, I will do that, Lisa. I got your YouTube pulled up here, and that way I can tell you what all. Oh, she had chicken. Look, we should be up all night, because in Australia, she would be up all night, and she'd say, "Yeah, you need to go and get off, and I have to put the rooster up." So I know, Denise. Okay, all right. Denise is gonna get me. So I love you guys, and
I love you guys.
And more than you guys will ever know. And thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks, Willow.
And thank you, Willow, for that idea, because that most definitely, I'm going to work on that this week. And I'll get in touch with you, Willow.
Yeah. If you need any help, anything.
And if any of you guys out there need anything, just either leave me a comment or, find me on Facebook, because this is just what we do for each other. This is just what we do.
Yeah.
And much love.
Yes. Much love. Love y'all.
Love you guys.